Last week, the Caesars faced Gateshead in a game to decide the winner of the Northern Conference. The running of Duncan French helped Gateshead to a 42-29 victory, and in the process relegated the Caesars to the battle for second place. A disappointing performance both offensively and defensively left the coaches with some worries coming into today's game. Each week we've been looking at the various positions on the team. This week it's the turn of the real stars, the offensive linemen.
My name's Adam Burnett.
Zane Gibson. Christopher Stenson.
My name is Dean Smith.
My name is Paul Wardle.
My name is Adam Morley.
Stephen Brittle.
68, my number is.
My number is 55.
75.
My number is 54.
My number is 67.
My number is 71.
Number 51.
Position's offensive right tackle.
I play left tackle. Centre.
I play offensive right guard.
I'm offensive line, right guard or right tackle.
Offensive lineman.
Left guard, offensive line.
The best thing about being a right tackle is getting to beat up on the defensive line all the time.
The best thing? Got to be hitting the smaller guys on the defence.
The best thing about being centre is that you're in the middle of the huddle. You're the first one to hit the other opposition.
The best thing about being a right guard is it's one of the more mobile offensive line positions. You get to get you out and about around the pitch a bit more than some of the others.
Best thing about playing an offensive line is you get to eat defensive linemen.
Knocking people over.
I think helping the team win, letting people score.
The worst thing is you don't get much glamour. You tend to go unnoticed a bit, which is bad, but I'm not really after the glamour, so I don't mind it too much.
The worst thing is when you let the quarterback get sacked.
If you cock up, you get a lot of hassle.
The worst thing is probably getting out and about a bit more than the others because it gets a bit tiring on hot days.
The worst thing is that we're the unsung heroes of the offence. We're not considered superstars, so you seldom get any fame playing offensive line.
The worst thing is getting knocked over.
The worst thing is losing.
What's it like playing next to Steve Brittle?
Steve Brittle, he's a star man, he is.
Socks are a lucky thing. I just wore them every time. Sometimes we lose, so I'm thinking about changing it, so I don't know yet.
I'm hoping that we're going to win. It's about time we won. We've just lost 2 games on the trot, but today will give us a chance to do a little bit of experimenting going into the playoffs.
Today's game we need to win. Simple as that. We need to go out there, play well, play together, get as many points on the board as possible, get as many people in the game as possible, get ready for the playoffs.
Hopefully a lot more drive, a lot more zest, go get the ball and a bit more tackling and generally all round a lot more competitive spirit.
The season so far has not been as good as it should be. Been running hot and cold. We should be better. We are a better team than what we are.
We've had a few setbacks, but we're in the playoffs, and that was the first objective, was to get to the playoffs. Now it's all down to each game is a win. Well, actually, I was sort of dreaming last night. I thought it'd be something like 10 touchdowns to 1 to us, but I don't know whether that'll happen. But it seemed good at the time.
The Caesars last faced Redditch in the first game of the regular season. It was also the Caesars' first victory of the season, and hopes were high for a repeat performance today. The starting offence is mostly unchanged from the Gateshead game. Adam Burnett, finishing off a strong rookie season, is joined at tackle by Zane Gibson. Dean Smith, who joined from Sheffield before the season, is paired up with Steve Brittle, and they are anchored by centre Chris Stenson. Ian McCartney, the Caesars' leading receiver, is joined by Steve Bosley, and they are joined by slot receiver Chris Taylor. Fullback Guy Kersey is joined by German import Simon Schwinger, playing in his last game before returning home. Should the Caesars progress to the final, we can expect to see him return for one more game. Quarterback Gary Staten leads the offence as usual. On the defensive line, Dean Cawthorne is back from a one-match ban to bring some much-needed pressure up front. He is joined on the end by Neil Armitage. Inside that pair is Danny Lees and Rich Van Slotten, both playing their first season with Nottingham, Linebacker Paul Oliver will also be used to kick extra points and field goals, giving the Caesars offense another dimension. Regulars Marcus Riley and Saul Freer are joined by utility player A.B. Giles. Giles, normally a wide receiver, has featured heavily on defense this year thanks to several key injuries. Cornerback Dave Clemenza is joined this week by Sean Chambers, who steps up from safety. Jay Smith slots in at safety to make up the defensive 11. An early break for Redditch came on the first drive as they fumbled the snap, but recovered. The Caesars defense took no time in closing down the run. Linebacker A.B. Giles is obviously pleased with his contribution on this play. This pass ended the Redditch opening drive, falling into the waiting arms of cornerback Dave Clemenza. Determined to work the running game, Schwinger got an early carry and turned it into a big gain. Subbing in for Schwinger, Scott Messam was able to pick up 9 yards with his first 2 carries. Fullback number 41 Guy Kersey gets the block at the line of scrimmage, which allows Messam to pick up more yards on this play. Schwinger was back in the game, punishing defenders and picking up the first down. Motion by Kersey set up this pass play to wide receiver Steve Bosley for another first down. Receiver Chris Taylor was hit hard on this play before dropping a crucial third down pass. Taylor comes open over the middle and Staten gets in the ball. However, the pass is dropped, leaving the Caesars with a 4th down. The resulting field goal was converted by Paul Oliver for a 3-0 lead. The Caesars defense was still playing tough, gang tackling on each play. Clemenza's second interception of the day prematurely ended this drive. Clemenza is able to read the play and step in front to claim his 5th interception of the season. The Caesars were unable to move the ball, but Redditch could still make no ground. Tackles from Chambers, Freer, then Oliver, stopping their next drive. The offensive line were beginning to open up holes for the running backs, Messam exploiting this one for 8 yards. Kersey finished it off with this dive for the first down. A fake reverse allowed Staten to get outside and punish some smaller defenders. Number 44, Steve Bosley, runs left, faking the reverse, which holds the linebackers inside briefly, giving Stainton time to get round the outside and downfield. Kersey once again picked up the first down. The first touchdown of the game came on this deep pass from Stainton to McCartney in the back of the end zone. Stainton fakes the ball first to Kersey up the middle, then to Messam running left, before setting up and throwing downfield to McCartney for the opening touchdown. A bad snap on the extra point left the score at 9-0. The ensuing kickoff was almost taken back, with Sean Chambers making the touchdown-saving tackle. The Redditch running game was still in neutral, but a deep pass gave hope of a score before half-time. With time running out in the first half, the passing game seemed to come to life for Redditch. Hero of a few moments ago, Chambers snagged this interception to give the Caesars the ball back, bobbling the ball to make a simple catch look difficult. The Caesars would have another chance to score before half-time. A good block by number 44, Bosley, gave Schwinger room to get down the sideline and out of bounds, stopping the clock. A fumble on this play was recovered by the Caesars, but it cost them a timeout. A cut block from fullback Kersey allowed Stainton to move the ball closer and stop the clock with only a few seconds left in the half. This pass to Albert Thompson took the ball down inside the 10-yard line, Thompson calling a timeout with 1 second left. With no time to go for the end zone, the Caesars settled for a field goal and a 12-0 half-time lead. The Caesars began the second half in good form, using the running of Schwinger to move the ball down the field. Stainton completed his first pass of the half to Ian McCartney for a first down. However, the play was called back for illegal use of hands. Stainton reloaded and fired this pass to slot receiver Chris Taylor down the sideline, giving the Caesars the first down. Schwinger was unlucky not to score on this draw play, taking the ball down close to the goal line. On a draw play, the offensive line sets up as if it's a pass, with the running back taking the handoff at the last moment. Good blocks downfield from number 75 Chris Stenson and number 44 Steve Bosley allowed Schwinger to get inside the 5-yard line. Schwinger completed the drive, taking the ball into the corner of the end zone for his 7th touchdown of the season. A block from number 21 Albert Thompson and number 85 Chris Taylor gave Schwinger the room he needed to give the Caesars an 18-0 lead. Redditch were not ready to give up yet and continued to move the ball in small chunks, Andy Newsom making this tackle. A group of Caesars defenders helped to shut down the run on this sweep. More good defense from Newsom on the next 2 plays gave Redditch an important 4th and long play. The pass was well defended by Chambers, Oliver and Clemenza, all combining to force Redditch to punt. Stainton went straight back to work, completing this pass to Schwinger. Albert Thompson, now in at running back, benefited from a good series by the offensive line and was able to move the ball downfield in big chunks. A penalty moved the ball back, but Stainton was able to recover lost yards on this scramble. Thompson got another carry, picking up yet another first down. Guy Kersey got in on the act, tripped up after a short gain. The promising drive was ended with Stainton underthrowing this pass, which was intercepted in the end zone. Number 44 Bosley beats the cornerback, but the pass was easily read and intercepted. Redditch gave the ball straight back and Thompson, now in at quarterback, took over the offense, giving Scott Messam an opportunity to move the ball, which he gladly took with a series of positive carries. Thompson faked the end around but was caught for a loss, but the play was the final one of the game. A good victory for the Caesars and a shutout for the defence will put the team on a high for the playoffs. However, tougher competition can be expected as the team moves into the quarter-finals and beyond. The Northern Conference now looks like this. Gateshead have secured first place and Nottingham have secured second. Both teams are guaranteed to move through to the playoff section of the season. The game marked the end of an average season for Redditch, with Merseyside and Lancashire bringing up the rear. With the top 8 teams in the country qualifying, Nottingham are ranked 6th after today's game and cannot be caught. Losses by both the Sun Devils and the Spartans in their remaining games would see Nottingham move up the rankings. As the playoff picture stands, Nottingham would travel to London for the quarter-final, but with other games still to be played around the country, their opponents are as yet still unconfirmed.
Mixed feelings. I think we had a better setup with regard to the offence. I think we put a lot of mixture in today, and defence played as though they wanted to win, and I think we came through. We've got everything to work on. It's getting everybody down at training. That is the bottom line, but I don't feel that we have a lot of problems. We just need a little more time in and stuff like that to get us spot on. Well, losing any running back or any player that's the quality of Simon is going to be missed. But we've got guys, especially running backs, we've got guys that will step up and fill the hole more than adequate. That's never been a problem all year. We got a good result, mixed it up a little bit, looked a lot more interesting. Defence wanted to play. Yeah. So I think it made a big difference.
This game was the last of the season for German running back Simon Schwinger. His contribution to the game will be sorely missed going into the playoffs.
This is an MVP award for the Merseyside game.
Yes.
Enough touchdowns. 2 touchdowns in that. Two touchdowns. Some really good running. Tough football. Okay, so that's your first one. Not to be outdone, he actually wins another one. MVP offence for the Redditch game. 2 touchdowns again.
You are a great team, really are. It was a pleasure for me to play for you. I learned a lot. All right, thank you to you. All right.
3 cheers for Simon! Hold him down, hold him down, hold him down, hold him down. Treat yourself.
I told you to have a good season, didn't I? Did I say that when we played Leeds first time round? First time round I said to you, you do very well. Did I say that? Yeah? Go play with him.
Join us next time for playoff action on the Big C.
Hey, hey.